Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the 2023 Dragon Warrior Randomizer Winter League Grand Finals. We went ahead and skipped straight to the finish tonight with this big matchup between Angel FM, DWR, Betastrep, and Cyberdark86. Hey, everybody, I'm DK9146, and joining me inside the booth tonight is going to be Big Slamoo. How are you doing tonight, Big Slamoo?
Doing good, DK. This definitely has all the fixings of a title matchup, but this is actually a week one match between these runners. They just happen to all get put together, so this is going to be a really exciting race with some of our top runners here.
Yeah, absolutely. I think everybody during the reveal last night was pegging this as the biggest beat-up match, so to speak, with these four very stalwart opponents here. They are all seasoned vets of this randomizer, both standard and non-standard flags. But tonight we're going to throw a wrench into the play. We're going to get a lot of different flags out there, and you can kind of see them there in the Nightbot. We got the flags command there if you want to read through them. We'll kind of touch base on them all as we go through them.
Yeah, big one here is it's vanilla chest, but shuffled location. So what that means in the treasury here is they will always get gold, torch gold. They do not need to get that back chest. You see Angel bailing right now because keys are not required. That back chest would have just been gold. So they are diving back in. Chests are shuffled, so you're not going to see the standard 4 down here either. So the other thing is treasure guards are on, or they're 50-50. So they could walk into a monster right here and get bopped right back to start, but it doesn't look like it. It looks like we've got a bunch of nothing in the treasury there.
Yeah, it looks like Angel's going to get him some herbs on an herb grind, but yeah, it was torch, money, herb, and dragon scale.
The torch is actually a big one. Looking at their starting strength, they've got 5 strength. So if they execute the chest glitch on the torches, they can get a full inventory of torches and have a better shot at taking out some of these early game enemies to get that strength up.
Yeah, and we see everybody doing a grind of some type. We do have Diabetes getting the gold grind going, as Angel is going to check this alternate chest location over here on the right side of Tantagel and get rewarded with some gold.
And you're going to see a lot of gold chests in here because anything that's normally a key is going to be gold, so that's 3 additional gold chests. So there's going to be a lot of gold. Looks like everybody's just going to sit here and keep picking up gold until it's time to go. Really hoping that means that we're going to be looking at no towns for about 6 screens, but somehow I doubt it.
Yeah, very small map, so pretty high odds that one of the 5 towns they could purchase equipment and will be nearby, as well as having tri-stated summer sale, meaning that every item has a 50-50 chance of having a 35 to 65% discount, although no towns yet.
And Beta made it one step outside of the castle, found the blue slime that has Dragon Lord Breath, immediately sent back. I'm sure he's thinking this is how my Winter League's going to start.
Yeah, I saw that as well. That's fantastic. We got Angel going east and finding Breck. Does have one chest here as well, is opting to check for the chest before checking for what is for sale. We'll see if there's a treasure guard. No treasure guard.
So this is another thing that's a little different. Obviously, with shuffled chest, we've added about 2 chest locations to every single town. Some towns have one more. Even Hawksmith gets a couple extra chests added to it. So looks like Angel picked up a large shield and a full plate. So he's defensively there, but not a whole lot of armor.
Yeah, a lot of defense there. For those asking, this one's DK, by the way. But yeah, no real offense there. Kind of surprised we didn't see him go pick up some fairy waters. Maybe just hoping to find another town while he's still got some cash. That Green Dragon's got other things to say about it with Baby Breath.
I think that's the thing. Odds are you're going to find a couple of towns within a screen or two. So I think he's going for it. He does have 2 or 3 torches in inventory too, so that should help. At this point, Beta's the only one that's got any experience. He's at 4. Still hasn't gotten level 2 yet. I didn't see what the level up cost is going to be off the Angel desk, but it looks like Beta picked it up, and he picked up a slew of stats and spells there.
Yeah, jump straight to level 3 there. Got heal and hurt more. Hurt more the big one there, so that's going to open up a lot of abilities to kill some enemies here. He's also going to come across the town of Breckenary there, so only 5 experience needed for level 2, so we should see the other runners get there shortly.
Yeah, that's not a big jump off, especially you pick up 34 defense worth of armor, and then you pick up hurt more, and you can basically cruise the town wherever you want to go.
Absolutely, and for those out there, as we go through all the different flags, this does have random XP requirements, so we have no idea what the next level is going to take to get to. We do have very fast XP turned on, so it should mitigate some of those pain points, but we could see literal thousands of experience in between even level 3 and 4 potentially.
Looking at Beta, he did 64 to the werewolf for the first hurt more, and it wasn't enough, so he had to do another hurt more. This is going to bump him up at least a couple of levels, it looks like. Picking up hurt and sleep and outside, as well as steal more, bumping him level 6. So he'll go right back into town, get some more MP, and try it again.
Yeah, that was a fantastic kill there. Got lucky to not get taken out. Gets rewarded with those 3 levels and 4 more spells. So they've already got the big spells at this point. About the only thing additional that may help them would be Repel and Radiant. Radiant surprisingly useful when there is the Stair Shuffle and the random chest locations turned on.
Yeah, I think where they're at right now, they're really in a good spot. You just kind of sit and get a couple of levels, make the rest of the walk easy. Looks like Angel finds Cantley, which is mandatory in the seed because the token is always going to be on our coordinate.
Exactly, and to further elaborate for what Slamu was saying there, with this weird combination of no shuffle chest and random chest locations like he was stating before, we knew we were going to get gold, torch, gold in the throne room. We're also going to have token on the cords, we're going to have armor in Hawksness, and we're going to have token on cords, so, or flute and coal is what I was going for. So we know where those 3 items are, the staff, or the stones, the harp, and the sword. Who the heck?
Yeah, and we have shuffled dungeons down below too. So the moment you take a staircase down from one of the beginning dungeons, you can go just about anywhere. Same thing with Sharlock. Sharlock can have just about anything below it. So they're hoping that those other items are relatively easy to find. Otherwise, deep digging in these caves.
Exactly. Lots of town locations, and then coming into play, they're going to hope to be able to do that without having to go into Mega Dungeon, which most likely will be either inside or outside of Sharlock. Sometimes we get a good split, but we did just get a coordinates check from Angel. 6 South, 47 East. Beta's just behind him getting those as well.
Yeah, and I think Angel will probably start the count right here. Picked up a landmarks along the way, and he might have that token here in a minute or so. Yeah, you see that standard 2x2 steps that Angel's doing. That's how you know somebody's counting.
Absolutely. Can't quite get far enough east. Going to try and see if you can figure out a way around or pick up. We do see a town across that water. Can't get there either.
Cyberdark taking our first dive into a cave. Looks like he is in mountain. I don't know if he saw any. I don't know if he saw any chests down there or not, but he's also picked up a broadsword along with Angel and Diabetes. But nobody's really going to be using those swords very much. Well, they got hurt more.
Well, evidently DiabeetusThe2nd found Erdrick Sword somewhere. I missed that completely, but he definitely has that Erdrick Sword lit up.
I missed it too, but it sounds like it was right there, 2 steps into Swamp Salad. That's one of the 3 items they need to find. Obviously, you've got to find armor and token too, but you know where those are. So there's 3 key locations that you don't know. He's got 1 out of 3. He's in the driver's seat, but he's also trailing in XP by a little bit too.
Yeah, I think he found a little spot here he might want to give a shot, but that poltergeist has other words for him and sends him packing. The sword maybe not quite as impactful with this early hurt more, but still very nice to have out of the way and give some great offense on those enemies that are not hurt or hurt more capable.
Yeah, the sword, obviously you're going to need the sword eventually, so it's good to pick it up. Whether or not you're actually using it is kind of inconsequential when you've got the hurt more already, but it's good to have for sure. And it is right there. I didn't realize the swamp is in the back of Tantagel, so as soon as everybody takes a dink in the back of Tantagel, they'll find that sword pretty quick.
Yeah, absolutely. We saw Angel pick it up there. And Beta rocking around in a cave here as well. Finds him a red dragon. Not quite red dragon ready.
Yeah, that's that mountain. I think it's the same zone, right? The same zone as the as that swamp.
It sure is. Top of mountain is the same zone as the top of, or the swamp cave, and Angel's going to take a look at our spike tile and swamp, and it's the Axe Knight.
Yeah, DB's been sitting at it for a little while now. I think this is going to be his third Axe Knight he's taken out, so he's immediately gone from last in XP to almost first.
Yeah, and honestly, it's not a bad idea to sit here. If you have a good grind like this, you have early hurt more, go ahead and get some of that experience, get all those stats together before you have to go out and try and locate these things. It can potentially make that that search go that much more quickly for you.
It looks like all of our runners are frozen on 7. 7 seems to be our first big level. Anywhere from 170 up to 590 XP, all level 7.
Very nice. And Diabetes goes outside the other end of the swamp, finds Cole. There is a chest here in at least the bottom location. There is no chest up by the end. Does not appear to maybe want to get that flute, so Diabetes might be getting another subscriber leader after this race.
I was going to say, are we going to play the game of does anybody get a flute tonight? I think flute is probably the least picked up item of week 1.
It has its place. We do have speed hacks turned on, so it does play relatively quickly versus its normal slope, 8-ish seconds that it goes. But unless you know you have a golem spike, it's probably not worth the inventory item slot.
And Diabetes is first one to find the that was the turn-in cave for the harp. He doesn't have the harp yet, so there's no use for that. But that's just outside of Swamp North there, and he's going to go back to the Axe Knight.
All right, so we looking at Angel's screen here. We're going to need about 2,250-ish experience to get to level 8. So we're going to be on level 7 for a little bit of time here.
Yeah, that's a big gap. I think anybody that's willing to sit and grind that out is going to be favored just because they don't quite have the stats to really run around the rest of the map yet. The first time they run into a Charlotte enemy on the overworld, they're going home and wasting the 2 minutes they spent exploring. So grind is the name of the game right now.
Yeah, I definitely agree, and it looks like Beatus is definitely taking that to heart, although Diabetes is definitely known for early grinds, even in standard racing, so this is par for the course for him, but it should potentially pay off for him, as we know everybody's going to have to go through this at some point here.
Yeah, you got to get the XP at some time, you got to do the exploration at some time. The truly great runners know when to do which one, and I think all 4 of these guys know when to do which one, so it's just going to come down to who does it better tonight.
Yeah, especially after we just saw Beta, he just went a little bit west there of the Staff Cave and Cole and immediately sees a red dragon. So it does look like he's about to make his pilgrimage down into the basement, and he'll see that Swamp Cave and maybe hang out for a while.
Did he get the sword as well? I didn't catch it. I know he went through there to get to Cole.
I didn't see it tracked for him. I don't know if he did or not.
That could be potentially big. I mean, you run so many standard races, you never think to check that bottom right-hand corner of the Swamp Cave. So, if he walked past it and he doesn't think about it until way later, it could be a big one.
Yeah, that would be a really big miss because it's such an easy pickup there. And unfortunately, Beta went in there, got nailed by a red dragon, opts to go ahead and leave versus try and get back to that spike. So we'll see what he opts to do here.
Yeah, he just crit for 71, so he's definitely got the sword.
Yep, there we go. Yep, very nice. Very nice. So that's good for him at least. We got Diabetes quickly getting there. He's not going to quite get to that level up requirement on this go-round of Hurtmoors, but should be able to after taking one more death loop here, barring the red dragon blocking him.
He actually hasn't been taking the deaths. He's been walking back out, and he's grabbing the princess now. Has he seen Caitlin? I don't remember. I know Angel did. I know Beta did. I don't know if Diabetes picked up the coordinates or not.
I do not believe I saw him there, but again, I missed him going in here the first time too. So
he throws down outside, and he's gonna return the princess to get that the GPS. The other thing that's nice that he picks up here that you don't normally need is he now can check the princess to see exactly how much XP he needs for level North Farmer. So if he gets to 16, or it's a marginal level 16, you can quickly check and see, okay, how much XP for 17? 300? Okay, I'm going to sit here and kill 3 more axes.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those plays that you might want to consider. It's you know, do you want to take the 15 seconds or so out of your time to go drop her off real fast for that added benefit of just being able to secure that next easy, quick level?
I'm surprised here, 400 XP short of the level, he didn't decide to refill his MP in the castle and head back down. But it looks like he's gonna possibly let this wolf take him back home. But no, he does take it out with a crit.
Yeah, it's a very strange play for sure. Looks like this rogue scorpion's going to get him though, and now he'll get his refill.
Yeah, I think he was gonna try to get a little bit of exploration done while he took a death and hit the reset. Angel, meanwhile, is quickly catching up. He's 400 XP behind still, but he's back on the grind. Cyberdark picked up the coordinates and then took a step on the 15 damage tile and went home. We'll see if he tries to count this away just like Angel did.
Yeah, meanwhile, Beta, he was going to go maybe check for that grind, took that death and has opted to push out. So he's trying to get a little bit ahead with some exploration here, finding a lot of plains tiles.
Yeah, it's tough because you've already got the sword. You've already got a decent set of armor. You know you need the XP. It's tough to think about what you're really going to pick up and benefit from on these hikes. But at the same time, it feels bad to keep running dragons in the basement. So.
Yeah, at this point, just to kind of highlight where we're at from a knowledge perspective, for these runners, they have an unknown location where the harp and the stones are going to be. They're going to be in a chest somewhere, and those chests are all over the place, in dungeons, in towns. We know the armor's going to be in Hawksness whenever we can locate Hawksness and kill the enemy in there. And then the token's going to be at those cords. So as soon as someone manages to get the 6 South 47 East, they'll pick up that token. So that's kind of what we're looking at here. We know the flutes and coal, although we had at least one person decide not to get it. And then if they do decide they need a death necklace, that's also going to be buried in the chest somewhere.
Yep, and with that, while you were chatting through that, looks like the Diabetes picked up level 8. Marginal gains in stats. Big one is 9 HP. Just a little bit more survivability. Not really enough to start heading out again, though. You really want to be able to fully utilize a heal more before you start wandering out into the wilderness.
Yeah, especially with the red dragons being all over the place for sure. Luckily, this time, not nearly as big of a XP requirement. Only 502 more experience needed for Diabetes to get to that next level.
Yeah, that's the one thing, is these levels do tend to normalize back towards where they should be. 2300 or 2255 is significantly higher than level 8 normally is. So, seeing that, you would expect to see some earlier levels and get the confirmation on the trip back to the castle. But it does make sense, I think, to keep pushing some more XP. Betastrep, on the other hand, finds Garanham, potential to pick up some of those key items, also potential to step on a treasure guard. I haven't seen one yet.
Yeah, unfortunately for him, 2 cursed belts and an herb.
And those 2 cursed belts are a known entity, because you know that Oxness has an item, and you know that the coordinates have the token. So you didn't really gain any knowledge by picking up those belts, unfortunately. He finds Grave in the back of Garanham, immediately stopped by another red dragon. The red dragon's in the first floor of all of our major caves.
Yeah, that's kind of rough if they ever do find the basement of Mountain through one of these, because that means we have red dragons in the top and bottom of Mountain.
Well, and, I mean, if the basement of Mountain is in Charlock, we'd be looking at additional red dragons in Charlock too, because that's the big equalizer here. You could go into Charlock 10 minutes ahead, but Charlock is shuffled, and we haven't seen a whole lot of basement yet. You could have 10, 12 staircases that you need to take to get to Dragon Lord. And you can go through any and all these levels, so you can find a ton of red dragons on your way through.
Yeah, absolutely. So we got Beta continuing to explore here. We got Diabetes and Angel continuing the grind. We have Cyberdark, I'm not sure exactly where he's at, but he's also not sure exactly where he's at.
I think that's exactly what it is. I think he's checking where that is. I think, based on that small section, is that Center of Grave? Center of Grave 2? Or is that Grave 3?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well. Oh no, this is the path to the judges table.
Right, yeah, that back and forth zigzag. Which means he's got Sharlock enemies in his sights, unfortunately. Couple more Sharlock. Oh, jeez, the Sharlock two-step right there. But he gets away from it. Yeah, Cyberdark is taking the Tour de Sharlock right now, which, while unfortunate for him, is probably good for all the runners, because that means there's not a whole lot of Sharlock left in Sharlock.
Yeah, he was on the last floor of Zone 2 there, and goes to one of our dead ends. Either that's going to be in Mountain 2, so that dead end's in Mountain
2. And if you're watching this and you're getting lost and confused by the stairs, don't worry, we are too, so are the runners. You're right there with all of us. And this looks like the bottom of Tablet.
Nope.
No, it's not. Never mind.
It's the inner U. It's the inner floor of the U, and he didn't go up. There could have been a chest over there.
He's thinking about it. Nope, he skips over it, unfortunately.
Yeah, now he's in the bottom right of the area where the fourth chest in Grave is located. There can be a chest just below him here, and then obviously where Grave 4 is in the opposite top left corner.
Meanwhile, Diabetes jumps to level 11, picking up an additional 40 HP between level 8 and level 11. Not much strength, that's still lagging, but now he's got 90 HP, 57 agility. He's good to start exploring if he really wants to, but he wants more Axe Knights.
Yeah, he was just over one Axe Knight away, so get 2 of them here, he's going to get at least 1 more level, so I think he saw that and opted to go, but we got Angel into Hawksness.
Yep, this was right above Sharlock. I don't know if we went through, I think it was past Cole to get here, so this is always going to be our armor. Looking at a golem here, that flute might actually have a use here.
I was just thinking the same thing. Reverse, go get that flute.
Let me count up here. What's left? We got Ribblebark?
Yeah, I think you're right. I think that's what it's got to be. I think that completes our town circuit.
Yep, and this could have 3 chests in it. There's one that hides in this place back here, this town hall, but nothing in here for him today. So we still haven't found any of the key items, which I think this is all our town so far. So key items are going to be in caves.
Yeah, so Cyberdark has the right idea by diving. Maybe tried it a bit early, as he's been out of resources for quite a while, so hasn't been able to take advantage of any of the enemies he's ran into to get any experience. So outside of knowledge, not making much progress, but we do get to another chest.
The other hard thing, all he got to find the stones. I was going to say, there's a 50-50 chance if he steps on the stones that a green dragon's going to come out and bite him, but no treasure guard on the stones. He picks it up in Grave, the 3rd floor Grave there.
Yeah, absolutely, and he's going to go ahead and continue his exploration here, going through the other side of the path here, and he's back to the same floor he was, or no, he's on to floor 4 of Sharlock.
And those stones were relatively deep. I think he backtracked a little bit to get back to them, but it's a couple of stairs in, so not an easy find. That's definitely a tough one to find, and you gotta pick the right cave to start, and then you gotta pick the right cave, the right caves inside. So it's a big deal. He tried to cast outside there, realized he has no MP, and now he's gonna let the Armor Knight cast outside for him.
Absolutely, and yeah, chat was right. That was that was basement 1 on that little inner like hourglass looking place there. Can have 2 chests, had none in this instance, but Cyberdark with the stones. We'll see if that early knowledge helps him. He's got a little bit of work to do to catch up on experience here, though.
Yeah, I see the runners decided not to listen to us and not go into caves until they can cast Radiant, so we get to look foolish while chat proves us wrong. So.
Well, Beatus at level 12 just takes the Death Warp. Looks like 601 to get to level 13. We'll see if he opts to go back downstairs. That's not too far away.
Yeah, these are nice quick levels. I think he's finally the game is finally making up for the fact that 7 to 8 was so hard by giving it really easy 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
So question in chat, is it possible a rainbow drop would not be required? No, you will definitely need to get the rainbow drop. So with the way Stair Shuffle works, we can definitely see tons of Sharlock floors outside of Sharlock, but to get to the top floor or the basement proper of Sharlock, you will definitely have to use the rainbow drop and enter through the main Sharlock entrance. So we do know that at least those 2 locations are in Sharlock. What else is in there is to be determined.
Yeah, there's about a dozen pairs of stairs total in Sharlock. When all said and done, there's 3 entrances once you get into Sharlock, so there's at least 3 unique cave starts. So still a lot of guesswork, but we've seen a fair amount of Sharlock as well. So, oh, and Angel picked up the token. It looks like a straight count because I don't see a princess. So Angel with a count of 6 south, 47 east has the token. He's the only one there. He's the only one that's even tried that so far.
Beta just found the Stones Cave, which can have up to 3 chests in this flag set, but has 0.
I feel like that's more common than not in the Stones Cave. Unfortunately, oh, I found the Stones Cave and it's blank.
Yeah, I agree. I run into an empty one more so than anything in there. So Beta continuing to just look around, has not made any attempt to go back down into the basement. Angel at level 9, but we know he's about to get some quick level ups here. Diabetes at level 13 with about a 2,000 and change experience lead right now, grinding away. Not sure if he checked his princess to see when 14 is, or if he's just going to keep going blindly at this point.
I think he knows that stats aren't nearly good enough to win, so there's no point in wasting the frames checking with the princess. So just keep going, right? Keep plugging away at it, and you can see that as we roll back over to stats again. You'll see different colors for each of our stats. The green stats, when you see those, that means the runner is ready to go. The yellow stats means they're very close. They can take a shot at it. White stats mean they got a little more work to do before they can really start thinking about taking out Sharlock.
Yes, sirree. And we do have level 14 coming there. 21 agility. I think he likes that. 11 hit points for only 1 strength, though. Going to continue to grind. And honestly, I can't say I blame him. Once you get out of here, regardless of your stats, having the repel spell just to get rid of all the little enemies while you try to walk around the world would be fantastic. And we haven't seen it come yet.
Yeah, repel, radiant, both not available at 14. And those 2 R's are the 2 R's that I'm looking for this week, because being able to walk without being stopped by slimes and little guys, and then also, honestly, being able to see would be huge.
Agreed. Yeah, moving your radius from a 9 block to 25 blocks is huge, or is even bigger than that. I never really counted.
Yeah, I didn't catch the XP required for 15 there after Diabetes took the death for it, but he doesn't care. He's going back. Now he's got 77 MP, 113 HP. He can hang out down here for a long time.
Yeah, now with as much HP as he has, he's taking on this red dragon that he ran into. It's going to take a little bit of time because the strength's still down, but he's got those heal mores in tow and enough HP to deal with it. See here. Does look like Cyberdark has opted to start doing some grinding. He was grinding on the Axe Knight there, took a death, and it looks like he's heading straight back down. Maybe Beta's going to give that a shot as well, as we see him heading towards the basement.
Yeah, I think everybody's going to have to spend some time grinding, and it's tough to find a grind better than an Axe Knight, especially when you get hurt more, so they'll probably all spend about the same amount of time on the grind. Just win along the way did you grind.
And Cyberdark brought about one of those little, sometimes missed facts. With the way the game normally works, if you go into South Swamp and cast outside, it brings you out the north exit. With Stair Shuffle, to prevent people from being able to get away with some certain things, outside will always take you out the entrance you came in. So when he cast outside, he went right back out the south exit and walked outside of the castle before realizing what happened.
Looks like Angel might be thinking Golem again here. Did he go back and pick up the flute? I didn't catch him.
I've been trying to keep an eye up there. I have not seen him pick it up. I didn't see it tracked, but we'll find out after he tops off if he's just going to give it a shot or if otherwise. He did get Flute. Thank you very much for chat. So yeah, he'll definitely be giving that a shot then at this point.
Yeah, at this strength, it's not going to feel great, but it's definitely doable on 8 tail more.
Agreed, yeah. Should be able to get it.
Yeah, nice thing is that Golem doesn't have a whole lot of agility, so it's pretty easy to do some damage. He's just going to do some damage right back at you.
Yeah, and speed hacks on, that Flute's going to go super quick here, so he'll be able to put it right back to sleep with relative ease and not wasting much time in between. Might even not be a bad grind if they get a little bit of strength, but honestly, by the time they get strength, they'll probably be ready to go.
Yeah, I mean, he's 4,200 XP behind Diabetes, and Diabetes doesn't even have enough strength to take out the Golems consistently yet, so... I don't think he's going to kill 14 of these guys. I don't think he's got the patience for that.
Yeah, fair enough. So yeah, Diabetes level 15, continuing on the grind. We'll probably be finding out what the next level is here momentarily as he is out of resources.
Yep, we'll see right here. 16 normally comes in around 6,500 XP. So we're already well above it, and he's 2388 more. So we're talking about north of 10,000 XP for 16. That's worse than normal normal rando XP. So
yeah, so this seed playing a little bit of hardball with these runners, making them work a little extra for these levels. You kind of like to see it, and we're getting a wide variety of strategies here. Now that Angel's got his armor, he's got some heel walking going here. Be able to finish out his overworld exploration, at least locating all the locations at this point. We'll see if that, that works out for him. He doesn't know the pain that is to come yet with how far experience is going to be needed to get to where he needs to be to go.
Yeah, I think the one thing that we are all looking for together still is the harp. That's the one thing we haven't found yet. Cyberdark has done the cave exploration. Angel's done all the overworld exploration. Diabetes has beat up a bunch of Knights. Nobody's found a harp yet, so whoever finds that harp first might be on the inside track.
All right, Angel doing some exploring here. Just found Grave Basement 2, which is another 6 stairs. So lots of locations that he could possibly go to from here, which further lessens the load inside of Sharlock and makes it a little bit smoother for them to get through.
Yeah, seeing Grave Basement 2 outside of Sharlock is... it's hard because I like it and I don't like it. I like seeing it in Sharlock because that's 6 chances to get straight to the Dragon Lord. Seeing it outside of Sharlock means that you're knocking out a lot of other caves that can't be in there anymore because you need to find 5 pairs of stairs. So it's kind of a double-edged sword there.
Yeah, and he's in the relative area of where we found the Grave 4 chest on Cyberdark's side earlier, because I remember seeing all of this. I just don't remember the path from here to get to there.
Yeah, I think it's down that. I think it's down that endless stair that normally the path that normally leads to the endless stair there. I think. But again, I'm already lost, so don't ask me.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at tracking this when I'm running it myself, but trying to watch 4 people and see where they've gone is I gave up quite a bit ago.
I just took the Diabetes. I think I can tell what he's doing. I can figure that one out. So you get the other 3. I'll just keep everybody informed about what Diabetes is up to.
Well, Diabetes is up to about the XP required for the next level. He's going to be just shy on his MP there, so but he should get level 16 here within the next couple minutes.
Yeah, and 616 is kind of that average level when it's usually go time from a stats perspective. I don't think we're going to get there here just because we're so far behind in the strength department. It's probably going to take a 17 or even an 18 to get there, but honestly, the same kill that gives 16 can give 17. That's the joy of random experience.
Yeah, absolutely. Even at these later levels, every once in a while, you'll see those double ups. We see Angel found the judges table dead end location as well. Also had no chest.
big one here also, Radiant and Repel both at 16. So it is true, Diabetes is going to be able to explore the overworld a fair amount faster, as well as the underworld a fair amount faster with Radiant. So it's going to come down to, can he find key items faster than the other guys can get 10,000 experience?
Yeah, and you can see the big differences, at least between Angel and Diabetes' stats. There is, a nominal amount of HP, but a ton of agility. It goes from 58 to 85 just to go from 12 to 15. So he's got a much higher percentage chance at running from various enemies, including those tougher Sherlock guys. So might not have to expel as much resources as well as he's going through it all.
Yeah, and that's one thing we don't have on this week, right? We've got some new beta flags that are going to be rolling out with the tournament. Not betastrep flags, but flags that we are testing in a beta state. One of which is easier Sherlock, which basically means it's easier to run away from Sherlock enemies. You cut their effective agility by about 25% when it comes to running. Not turned on this week, but that's something you can look forward to in later weeks. That being said, Angel's got to try to run away from Arbor Knights with 58 agility now.
Yeah, it's just a number, man. Just a number. But Beatus goes ahead and immediately leaves as soon as he gets leveled up here. So he is now going to go out and start trying to find stuff. I did miss what the level brought us, but we'll see that swing by in a moment.
No, not much strength. You got 10 strength from level 13 to 16. Still not nearly enough to take it out. MP's a little light, but if the strength is good, it'd be okay. It's going to take 17, possibly even 18 or more to get there, but Diabetes decides it's time to hit the road, get some XP while he's on the road, and try to find some key items, because he's still missing all three of the key turn-in items, as well as the armor. Angel's the only one that's got the armor so far.
Yeah, I think we're going to start seeing a little bit of convergence between, unfortunately, Cyberdark, and we haven't mentioned him much recently, has been a little behind the rest of the runners as a result of that early exploration versus grinding piece that he had. But I do feel the other runners we might start seeing some convergence on as we're progressing here.
Yeah, I think Angel taking the death probably 2 stairs away from Stones was painful, but I think even so, the fact that he's got the armor and the token probably offsets that. Who knows though? Those stones might be the elusive ones. That might be the thing that holds the car.
Yeah, we're gonna finally get a potentially good look here at Grave. Grave has up to 6 chests in the top. The first chest was not there, but we'll see if some of these other chests are there.
Yeah, the big one here now that they're 12 and 13, both Angel and Betastrep, they're getting good XP outside of a grind tile. Right, they're finding some good enemies here while they're getting some exploration done. So Angel finds another Zonk and another potential tile, goes for the third, another Zonk, but he is picking up XP along the way.
Yeah, exactly. So this is very interesting though, and honestly, even if Cyberdark decides to go in and sit down on that Axe Knight, he could very quickly start catching up. We see Beta trying to find his token here, kind of eyeballing it. I guess maybe didn't quite count it all out, so he should hopefully have it soon.
Yeah, it looks like he counted the north-south and is just kind of estimating the east-west and chunking along. Unfortunately, there was no, I don't believe there was a treasure guard for it today. So
looks like this might be a treasure guard though that Angel was on. Let's see what it brings, and it is the harp.
That's our only treasure guard of the day. Does bring the harp for Angel. He's the first one to find the harp. So far so that means we've found everything together, right? So communally, we are done with the speed. We just gotta go kill the Dragon Lord and find the way through. But nobody's put all the pieces together yet. And that is top of Grave, so that is a relatively easy to find chest as Diabetes picks it up right now.
Exactly, that's what I was going to mention. Diabetes right behind him here are going to get that. So both of them with knowledge here, they're both just waiting on where their stones are located. As we know where it's at. Not exactly how to get there, but at least for me. But Beta's in the right ballpark. We'll see if he can manage to pull that off.
There's no way at this point that Diabetes doesn't know where Caitlin is, does it? He has to know, right?
Cantlin was just north of Hawksness, and Diabetes hasn't explored at all. I don't think Diabetes has seen Hawksness either.
Obviously, Hawksness will be a great find for him. Cantlin, he needs. He's got the Princess already. Nice.
Thanks, Schmite.
Yeah, I thought Cantlin was closer to start, which is why I was surprised that he hadn't found it. But yeah, Cantlin over there by Breckenary. Another 1500 XP for Diabetes from 16 and still no 17. So this is going to be one of the higher XP runs of the week, that's for sure. I mean, just so you guys know, 1000 XP can be enough for level 16 in some of these seeds. And here we are at, 10,000 to get there.
Yeah, I think I saw, or maybe even did one where it was, I think it was under 3,000 with Go Stats. All right, so we'll see if Angel returns back to where we know the stones is going to be, or continues to run around looking for other items here. The sooner he can get that, the faster he can start trying to catch up on the experience. While Diabetes also tries to perform the same function, while also picking up his cords if he hasn't already, and finding Hawksness to get his armor.
Have we seen a Silver Shield yet? I'm just thinking the defense power here is going to be pretty high by the time we're in go mode. That Silver Shield might make a huge difference, especially if it's on sale, but it doesn't look like it is.
Yeah, I saw one on somebody's screen earlier, and it was definitely full price. Sensei Balker confirming that in chat as well. Thank you. So not sure if they'll want to. I mean, a grind is available, but whether they want to go that little extra step to do it remains to be seen.
Yeah, here's Diabetes' first trip into Cantlin, so he's going to get the coordinates for the token here. He's going to check these two chests that are both going to be Zonks, and from there, all that's left for him is the stones, as well as 1, 2, 3, maybe 6 more levels till he's ready to go. So.
Yeah, one thing we haven't talked about too much that looks like it will come into play would be the Death Necklace. Unfortunately, it's just in one of the random chests somewhere. And do you want to go potentially waste time looking for the Death Necklace, or maybe just grind out that extra level or so to compensate with the strength being so low?
Yeah, this is one where the trade-off of that extra level versus an unknown amount of chests really comes into play. Plus, depending on how interested these players are in tracking, they might know how many chests they've opened up already and how many chests are left. I don't bother doing that. I'm not saying I'm a good runner, but the good runner can tell you I've found 23 chests. There's only 4 chests in Charlock.
Yeah, I don't count them either. I just automatically assume that Charlock's going to have 8 chests in play total, just because how giant it is. I think there's 29 chests alone that can be in Charlock or something of that nature.
Yeah, I get past 10 on my fingers and 10 more on my toes, and I can't count anymore. So at that point, I just give up and hope that I can find it. Yeah, it looks like DB just took that same path, which was, I think, Tablet to Mountain to Grave 2. But he is on that same track that Cyberdark was. If he finds the stones here, he's just got to fight Hawks instead at that point.
Exactly. So we'll see if it works out. He is, even for having gotten all the way to level 16, he is starting to get a little bit low on this on his MP here, as we see him doing a couple swings and a hurt more just to try and conserve as much as possible here.
And that's level 17, which gives him 16 power, 37 HP. Death Necklace now. Death Necklace would actually be enough to win.
It sure would. So yeah, this is where he could real quickly check with the Gwaelin and see how far away levels are. He could be relatively close. He could be 5,000 plus away. But right now, it looks like he's just mapping out his stairs, trying to figure out where he's going and where he's been.
The one thing I think about when I'm doing these caves and things like this is how many dead ends have I found, and how many are left. Between all these runners, I think we found a lot of the dead ends, but I think we've got a couple still outstanding, which could mean that two of the three paths in Sherlock could lead to immediate dead ends, really simplifying that path all the way down to Dragon Lord.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't seen, I know there's that dead end in the bottom right of Mountain 2 that we haven't seen. There's that 3x3 dead end that I always forget where that's at, but I just remember it's a 3x3 square. Haven't seen that one yet. I think that's a Sherlock floor, if I remember. Or no, that's a Grave floor, rather.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen Grave 5 chest either, though, right? So that's
correct. That one's out.
Diabetes to 18, 7 more strength, and a bunch of other small things. That should put him very close to range, especially in an easy Sherlock.
And he is where he needs to be. Stone's top left of this room. As soon as he gets up there, he is going to have all the knowledge he needs to have.
If it's a long walk, you don't always want to take it, because you know you have to find that chest. So he'll grab this, and then probably immediately outside I guess.
Yeah, still has to get... Oh, didn't see the chest initially, but there's his stones. Yeah, he's going to definitely be hitting the gas. He's got to get those coordinates counted out, or he doesn't even have to count them. He's got his Gwilyn on him. And then he's got to get the Hawksness and get that armor.
There he goes. He kept walking for a little bit. Oh, an Angel 2 steps behind him picks up the stones as well. So Angel's the first one with all 3 key items. Diabetes, though, has an 8,000 experience advantage, and I don't think it's going to take Diabetes 8,000 experience to find the token.
Yeah, unfortunately for the other runners, it does appear that he does have a pretty decent lead at this point. We still haven't seen... the one floor that I haven't seen yet was the 5-stair floor in Sherlock Basement 1. So it is possible that could delay somewhat in the dive in Sherlock if that is still an option available to them. But outside of that, it should be relatively quickly quick for these runners to get to the basement.
Yeah, Diabetes hasn't seen Starlock or Hawksness yet, I don't believe. Or Rimmeldar, but Rimmeldar doesn't really matter. He's got to find that before he can get the armor, so... this thing's not over yet. Looks like he's going to try to look the count here. At the same time, he's got to try to find those other towns. So, if Angel can close the gap here and get some quick XP, this is anybody's race, though.
Yeah, absolutely. Beta, meanwhile, down here, level 15, a couple thousand experience over Angel, just still needs to get to that harp, which we know is in the top of Grave. So as soon as he can find Grave and successfully navigate it to the top, he'll have his knowledge as well. Meanwhile, Cyberdark has been grinding a little bit here, and is starting to get a little bit caught up to experience overall, not nearly as far behind as he had been.
Yeah, I know Beta's seen that Grave. I don't know if he's gonna head back there anytime soon. I think he's enjoying picking up this experience. I think he knows he's still not in go mode from an XP standpoint, so might as well keep going on it. Here's Diabetes taking the backwards way to the harp trade-in, so he's gonna get his staff. Angel turned in for the staff just a minute ago. So Angel will be the first one with the rainbow drop, and he's actually ready to go minus the XP, so Angel is in purely grind and go at this point.
Yeah, it should be interesting to see what Angel opts to do after he gets up here. Does he want to go into Sherlock and try and grind and dive, looking for the official path? Maybe check for that death necklace while he's down there, or is he gonna go back to one of our 2 known grind spots?
It looks like he's heading in. Oh no, he's got to go. Rimmeldar's right here. The other option is a golem. Right, he's got the flute. The flute only takes a couple of seconds. A golem is 3 Axonites almost. So.
Well, we got Diabetes finding all of the rest of the locations. We know the towns are just to the west here. He gets his token. We know the jerk is just south of here. So he can get everything wrapped up relatively quickly here in this immediate vicinity. And then he'll be diving. Yep,
there's the token. There's the turn-in. He's just got to go north for the armor. quick pop off in Rimmildar, and he should be in Starlock. Meantime, betastrep hit level 16, realized it's not nearly enough, and returns back home to go find another route.
Yeah, for Beta though, we know he's, you know, roughly just 2,000 and change away from that clear go level of 18 here, so he's not too far off of that. All things considered, for someone that didn't really sit down too much on a grind early on or anything, just he's got to get to that grave to complete his exploration.
Yeah, and he was probably 15 steps away from the harp at the time, and he got bounced by a red dragon about 15 minutes ago, 20 minutes ago, so I'm sure he's going to be kicking himself when he finds it here in 10 minutes or so.
Meanwhile, we do have Diabetes getting another level, 2172 there. He's going to get his armor as well. And at the same time, Angel is our first runner in the Charlock. He has gone in and he's opting to go to the right set of stairs first. So we'll see where this takes us.
Right path, wrong path. That's what I say. Why would you go to the right? There's two paths to the left. Come on, guys. And this is grave 4. Interior grave 4. There's usually a chest down there in the bottom right too, right? Or there can be?
No, not in this one. There's another spot that has a dead end in this area, but it's through a different set of stairs.
Gotcha. I'm just spreading this information so that my opponents this week try to go to that spot. That's what I'm doing.
I like it. I like it. And I think we found the inside of basement 1 with the 5 sets of stairs here. So he's definitely gone to a path that has a lot of set of stairs. Whether any of them pay off is another story.
Odds are at this point that one of these 5 sets of stairs leads back to Charlock 1.
I do agree with that as well. In the meantime, Beatus decided to check what the next level was, maybe just for grins, and it's only a little over 600 away. We'll see what he opts to do here.
Does he have a full set of herbs? That's the only thing I could think of. Oh, he gets the fairy flute just in case. That's not a bad pickup. But yeah, he should be walking straight in right now, is my guess.
Yeah, I mean, if he can somehow pull off getting full HP into the Dragon Lord 2 portion of the battle, he has a good chance at getting an opening quad, as long as he doesn't get back attacked. So I think, I mean, he should be a clear favorite at this point, but we'll see how Charlock treats him and which direction he also tries to go.
betastrep, in the meanwhile, picks up the harp. That completes all of his exploration. He's in grind to go plus homework as well. And Angel does find the way down to the Dragon Lord floor, and immediately outside, he's gonna go get some more XP and then take a stab at it. So he's on a clock now. Diabetes is on a clock. He's on about a 3,500 experience clock because Angel knows everything at this point.
And Diabetes is going to the right.
I didn't follow Angel's path. I don't know if it was multiple stairs or it was just one of the 5 stairs on this Charlock 1 floor, but it didn't seem like it took that long for Angel to get down to the bottom.
Agreed. I think he was in there maybe 2 minutes with encounters and kills. We'll see where Diabetes goes here. I'll try and pay a little more closer attention. Meanwhile, looks like Beta might be trying to grind in the basement of Swamp, and Angel is on to the golem.
Yeah, Beta's right there too. Beta doesn't have the knowledge, but he's very close. That's a dead end for Diabetes. We forgot about Mountain 2. We haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, he sees that. Normally in this flank set you might get excited, especially if you're still looking for something, but he's not looking for anything except the basement, so he nopes right out of there.
Yeah, so 3 runners, 3 uniquely different positions. But Diabetes does find his way down to the bottom. Full set of MP, full set of HP. It's all over but the singing at this point. And I'll leave the singing to you.
Oh, no. We'll have one of our guest trackers here unmute and get us some fa-la-las out there. On the other side here, though, we got Beta. He is just short of getting that 17-18 group. He's like, I think, within 1,000 of both. So he should be in go mode here momentarily. He just picked up his staff and knows where everything else is. We'll see what he opts to do here.
Yeah, I mean it's a quick turn in, but the turn in is 3 steps away from Sharlock, so it's not a big deal. So I mean he's just got to pick up, like what is it? 1500 XP is enough for 19. He doesn't even need 19. 18 is enough. So he's very close, but he doesn't have the knowledge that Angel does. So he's got to pick the right path again to have a chance to take that second place.
Exactly. It should be an interesting dive here, especially if he does not opt to go left. Although there, as you were mentioning, there's decent odds one of those paths on the left does go into that same basement floor that we saw before. But we'll find out here momentarily as we see a blue dragon as our spike.
I'm surprised Diabetes didn't ding level 20 on that kill. He does use an herb and some heal to get back up to 170-ish health. At 133 AP, he is dealing 17 to 8 damage. Call that an average of math is hard 12.5. So call it 13 swings to win. He's got 12 heal marks, so that should be totally clear, even with the Dragon Lord being less than gracious with his hurt Mars right here.
Yeah, Dragon Lord playing a little bit of hardball here. Didn't want him to go in all beefed up, but yeah, with all that HP, he should probably get a couple of doubles in here, as long as the Dragon Lord plays ball.
Yeah, even with no doubles, this should be clear by probably. He probably has 8 MP left or I guess 9 MP left when he wins here. That being said, these levels of AP are not guaranteed. They're very, very likely, but they are not guarantees. So.
Betastrep picked up level 17, took a very, very hard look at those stats and left the spike.
He'll pick up 18 and just walk in there. So, I believe 18 was another 6 or so strength, which kind of puts the nail in the coffin on the level. Don't look now, but Cyberdark up over 10,000 XP as well. Everybody's finally getting all the XP they need here.
Yeah, and Cyberdark just needs to pick up the token, which is just on the cords, and if he picks that up, it's right next to where you turn it in, so that's not too far out of the way.
That looks like another double for Diabetes, so he should be well clear. He just cast Heal More on 57 HP? Because why not, I guess? Angel's dead with his last batch of MP here. Hoping he can get another level without having to go take another trip back. And with that, Diabetes kills the Dragon Lord, and he is on his way back. Get your GGs out in chat for the first winner of our Week 1 flag set. That will be DWR with a final time of 57.0 something.
I appreciate that time there. Yeah, very, very nicely ran by Diabetes. He identified quickly that grinding and getting to basically Radiant and Repel was going to be very beneficial. And we saw him sit down on that Axe Knight until level 16 when those two spells showed up, at which point he had a very commanding experience lead and was able to parlay that into some quick exploration and, as we see, a nice first week win. All right, well, Angel's back on the Golem after topping off. He's going to quickly get level 17 here momentarily, and we'll see what decision he decides to do. Beta went and did some shopping, got some herbs, sold some stuff, and is now going through Swamp Cave.
Yeah, I think Swamp leads to Call, which is right next to Sharlock. It makes sense. That's the path that Betastrep knows for it. It is a single continent today, but it's probably the quicker path to run through Swamp like that.
Yeah, agreed. The other path is kind of out and windy. You have to go southeast and to go back north. So he'll be coming around here momentarily, and
I'm not sure where he's going now. Is this the way? I thought it was straight west. Maybe I'm crazy.
I thought so as well, but with that Dean,
yep, you got it. Making a beeline for it.
Very nice. So yeah, with that, Dean, we have tonight's winner, Diabetes2nd, joining us here in the booth. GG, Diabetes. How do you feel about this race?
Hey, thanks, guys. Appreciate it. How do I feel about it? Well, I ground for a half hour, and then I played the game, so, however that feels.
Yeah, ultimately, you were the one that stuck with the grind the longest. We saw others come and go on the grind, but you sat down, went until you got 16, had Radiant Repel, had all your spells in play, and had nominally decent stats at that point finally, and went and found all the things.
Yeah, anytime I was looking at these flags, the big things that I wanted to make sure that I had were Radiant Repel, as you mentioned, Radiant, obviously, for exploring caves, and not even just, with Perma Torch, it's not like you're not going to know where to go, but there's definitely some things that you can see across walls if you have that extra light, so you can get a little bit of extra information, so that was helpful. And then Repel, we didn't have the best stats, especially strength, most of the game, but, just looking at what was there in Swamp Cave, it's like I have the sword, I have Hurt More, there's basically nothing that's going to possibly make this grind any better than it is. The only grind that could be better, maybe, is going to be a Golem or a Red Dragon right next to a healing spot, so this is as good as it gets, Get strong, then just go and don't die in exploration, and it worked out.
Yeah, you definitely went out there and didn't die. I think once you didn't leave the tile until 16, you got 17, 18, and 19 all in the way, but definitely a tip to tail. From probably 10 minutes on, I don't think you relinquished the experience lead, but the way you played it, I don't think you could have given up the experience lead.
Probably not. You get a little bit nervous, especially when you're chasing those spells. I was comfortable enough because the stats were kind of garbo, but you could definitely run into a situation where you've overground and you don't have what you want. Now you're scrambling while everybody else has gotten everything. But it kind of worked out for the most part. And I mostly got lucky with the exploration luck. I saw a lot of the hub floors without having to do a ton of exploration, and then digging out the stones not with too much difficulty made a huge difference, because there were a lot of stuff that I didn't have to chase after that.
Yeah, quick breakaway from the interview. Angel is on the spike tile now, level 18. Mostly full resources, so he should be in good shape. Betastrep, however, is level 17, searching for the Death Necklace. Picks up the Fighter's Ring as a consolation prize, so that'll be a tougher fight on 17 for Betastrep. He does find the Death Necklace as well. There it is. So Beta should be good on the Dragon Lord as well here, as long as he can make it there.
Yeah, that's a very nice treasury. Only 2 items, and it's both things that are going to give him enough attack to be able to pull this off. Unfortunately for him, unless Angel has a mishap here on the Dragon Lord, should be in the driver's seat for our second place finish tonight, being about a couple minutes ahead at this point.
Diabetes, one question I saw during the Dragon Lord fight. Did I see a heal on 59 HP?
I think you might have seen a heal on 74 HP. But yes, definitely. My max was 170 something, so, why risk an extra miss menu just in case? So just go ahead and heal. I knew that I had the resources, plus I had the room for the heals.
No, it makes a ton of sense. Play it safe. There's no reason to risk the loss to something like that, so.
All right, Angel handily taking on the Dragon Lord, should have no issue here. We have Beta just behind him, actually finding out that level 18 exists and getting even some more stuff here, so he should have a very free fight if he does opt to throw that Death Necklace on. And Cyberdark hit level 17 and is on the move as well, so he's not too terribly far behind at this point.
Yeah, I believe he's just a token away from being ready to go, so. Diabetes, when you were looking at these flags, is week one of your favorites, or do you prefer one of these other weeks that are coming up?
I wouldn't say there's necessarily one that I'm looking forward to more than any. I think tiebreakers are always fun just because they're so fast and frenetic. I don't know. Stair Shuffle can throw a lot of kind of RNG randomness into did you pick the right path type of stuff. So that's not my favorite, but it definitely presents a challenge. And when you've got really, really talented runners, like pretty much everybody in this group, you really have to be on your A game and kind of combine the good luck with the kind of good strategy to make it work. But we'll see. I'm not sure.
You did just that tonight, taking home the win and 5 points in the group. Angel's coming in to talk to the king right now at a time of 104.0 something, and he will take second place and 3 points in the group.
Yeah, get those GGs out for sure. Not badly ran at all. Angel did opt to go out and explore a little bit more, but we saw 3 drastically different approaches here overall. We had Diabetes on the full grind, Angel with a partial grind, and then go out, and Beta never really got into a grind much of one. Opted to fully explore, and honestly, they kind of, I said they were going to kind of converge here, although that little bit of extra experience that Betas had there definitely paid off in the end.
Yeah. I think a lot of it lends to where the seed's going to take you from a stat standpoint, and because the seed didn't give up Radiant, Repel, or any strength until way late in the game and way high on the per level experience, it really leaned in Diabetes' favor, and that's Diabetes is part of the reason why I took it down. The other part, obviously, was the phenomenal play on your side.
Yeah, the really slow growth definitely, I think, played into my favor there for sure. If it were a situation where you gain a bunch of levels and get all the stuff early, the early grind it only benefits you in as much as you got to that point. But if you get to it within 5 minutes, it's like, okay, well, now you got to go play the game. This time, especially like up to like level 9, we needed like 6,000 experience or something silly. It was like the early levels were really far apart. But once we got past that, it wasn't too bad.
Yeah, definitely. And as you were talking there, betastrep came in and finished in third place with a time of 105.15, picking up 2 points in the group. Just as a reminder for everybody, it's a 5-week regular season. First place 5, second place 3, third place 2, fourth place 1, with the top 16, which is roughly 40% of the field qualifying for the playoffs. And when I say roughly, I mean exactly.
Yeah, meanwhile, we got Cyberdark diving. He did opt to go to the left side stairs. It does lead into that same inner part of basement 1, so he will ultimately be able to find those stairs. He just got to get to the bottom right right now, and he is in the bottom left. And he found that dead end in Mountain. Where the heck? Oh, he's in Tablet.
Tablet 2, yeah. So Tablet 2 and Mountain 2 were 2 of the 5 out of this pathway. So we did have those 2 dead ends, plus the end of Grave is another dead end that has to be in here somewhere. So three dead ends immediately, pretty quickly in Charlock here.
Yeah, very nice. And with that, Dean, we do have our second place finisher tonight, Angel FM, joining us in the booth. GG, Angel, how do you feel?
Not the greatest. I couldn't really get anything started at the beginning. After level 7, like trying to get that big 2,000 experience and just get stopped by everything really hindered me.
Yeah, a lot of nasty enemies, both in caves and on the overworld at spots, and the stats kind of stunk. Meanwhile, we do have Cyberdark did find the basement. He is only on 17, but he might be able to, depending on exactly how much that next level is, find out level 18 is that close, just like Beta did here a few moments ago. But we do have Beta joining us here as well. GG Beta on your third place finish. Real close to second there. How do you feel about this one?
I hated it.
I think I knew that was going to be the response. The moment I saw you step out of Tantangel, you made one step, found the regular slime that popped you for 68, and I'm like, okay, Beta's not going to have a good time tonight. You're the only one that got popped by one of those guys, by the way.
It just, from the get-go, it just felt like one of those seeds where everything just hinged on what you saw and where you saw it. So, like, the Harp was top Grave. First time I went into Grave, I got sniped by a red dragon. Swamp Cave, I wanted to check the spike tile fairly early as soon as I got hurt more and had 6 casts of it and got sniped by a red dragon. So I didn't see the Axe Knight for quite a while thanks to that, and if I hadn't been sniped by the red dragon, I would have just sat there and grinded until I got like 90 HP.
And that's exactly what Diabetes did. Diabetes, I think, spent about 30 minutes on the spike before he went anywhere else, and that was a lot of the difference. I mean, you honestly, on your overall grinding, stayed ahead of everybody else from an XP standpoint, but just couldn't quite keep up with the dedicated grind that came with the free spike top.
Yeah, anytime there's a bottleneck type of situation with red dragons in, let's see, they were in Grave, they were in the mountain and swamp zones, they were in multiple places on the overworld, like whenever that setup exists, it all depends on who gets the luckiest amongst the racers and can get to the spike grind in a seed like this, because we had that one level where we had to get, I don't remember what it was, but it was something like 1,000+ experience, and we had not great resources, pretty awful stats, and that was a struggle.
Yeah, it was level 8 was a 2225 is what was required. And you needed, I think, 800 to get to 7, so it was like a 1400 XP jump. It was 11 axe nights. I mean, in your case, honestly, it was almost 10 minutes on the overworld to get there, so definitely those big gaps early when you don't get stats anywhere else really kind of make a difference there.
Yeah, all I knew is when I went into Swamp Cave and when I got to the spike top, I'm like, if this is an axe knight, I'm basically dead. Like I'm dead lost in this race unless there's something else lurking that's gonna completely block everybody at some point, but no, it's just turned out to be the easiest grind and the best grind, and couldn't get to it for a pretty long time, so I'm kind of surprised I was that close to Angel, to be honest.
I mean,
Yeah, you
I had just my own trouble getting to the spike tile, and even if I did get to the spike tile, there's plenty of times where I'd either get bag attack and not one-shot the Axe Knight, or just the red dragon shows up. But it was a mess. Like, I think I took maybe like 11, 12 deaths just there.
Yeah, let me interrupt and let everybody know Cyberdark did finish up in 4th place, 111.02. So get those GGs out for Cyberdark. Very nicely ran.
More important than the finish, he did try the Swagmore right before the finish, and unfortunately the Hurtmore did not connect. We'll see if we can get him in here quickly, but there is a second feature coming up immediately following this race. We've got another race of Jay Coper's Seawolf 1, B Supreme TV, and Ryguy 3745 following immediately after this race. So stick around, don't change that channel. We've got some more fun coming. And with that ding, we've got Cyberdark in here. Cyberdark, GG's, how do you feel about this one?
GG's. Thought I'd be higher up than that, but it was a fun race all the same.
Yeah, how'd you feel about the 10-minute jaunt through like 6 Charlotte floors that you basically refused to die? How did that dive feel? The early one.
It was pretty good. I'm glad I found, stones in there right away. Because then I figured, okay, it's time to die now. And I actually liked it. There was no red dragons hounding me too much in there.
Yeah, you ultimately had stones way ahead of any of our other runners as a result of that dive. We saw a wide variety of options here. We had Diabetes sitting down on the grind until level 16 plus. Angel doing a partial grind when it was allowing him, and then exploring. Beta mainly exploring because the grind didn't like him, and basically you out there exploring big time through the caves. So we saw a wide variety, and ultimately was pretty interesting to see how they all converged towards the end there.
As long as it was interesting, that's the main thing. Really wanted to have the first race to be like that. And GG to everyone else as well.
Yeah, I think we DK called it out really well when we started this thing. This thing felt like a grand final, probably because most of the players in here have been in a or multiple grand finals in these tournaments. So you guys definitely did not disappoint. Thank you for an exciting evening of Dragon Warrior.
Yeah, absolutely have to agree with Lemu there. And in efforts to get off this next race, does anybody have any final thoughts on tonight's race before we hand it off to the next crew?
I just want to know if you guys noticed the number of attacks and bonks that I had.
I definitely did not see that.
169 attacks and 69 bonks.
Well played, sir. Well played.
GG.
Very, very nice. Very, very nice.
Thanks all. Thanks for covering it. GG's, guys.
Yep. GG to everybody as well, and thanks to the casting crew as always. Looking forward to this next race and the next 5 weeks plus. Should be a good time.
Yeah, absolutely agree. Any final thoughts from your end, Silmu?
No, I mean, thank you to everybody. Obviously, thank you to Cameo for putting this together. Thank you for Smike for the track and side. Very excited, like you guys said, to spend the next, hopefully, 5+ weeks playing alongside these great competitors and beating DK over and over again.
Yeah, I was kind of sad we weren't paired up. I'm not gonna lie. So, but let's go ahead and get out of here. Stay tuned, as Slamu said earlier. We should have a brief interruption as we switch restreamers, but get the new one going right away. But for our restreamer Cameo and Rinakai tonight, and our trackers Schmike and Sensei Balkar, along with my co-commentator Big Slamu, I was DK9146. Have a good evening. See you in the next one.